Hello, everybody. Today I'm talking about the sixth house. This is part of the Dushtana houses masterclass. Dushtana houses are 6th, 8th, and 12th. And we continue to explore them. These are the challenging houses in the chart. Hello, I'm Komila Sutton, and we continue with the Dushtana Houses Masterclass. Dushtana houses are the 6th, 8th, and 12th houses. And this masterclass is going to explore the challenges all of us face. So, Dusthana, meaning negative place. And main thing to remember about these is that all of us have these houses. The difference is how we are going to deal with it, how we are going to react to them. And today I am focusing on the sixth house. And so do remember to subscribe and press the bell notification because you don't want to miss out the other houses that I do, as well as all the rest that I'm posting. So what about the sixth house? Sixth house is known as Aribhava. Of course, you can always ask sixth from where. Now, in Jyotish, we study all the planets from three positions, Lagna, the ascendant, moon sign, and the sun sign. But once you understand the Lagna position, then you can understand the others as well. So the sixth house is known as Aribhava. So Ari is enemy, and there are 6 enemies of mankind. And we can think about this, that these are the enemies that we struggle with ourselves, that we need to overcome, weaknesses that are there in that confront us. Not every weakness is there. And so as far as the Vedic knowledge concerned, they talk about the 6 weaknesses, and it is also discussed in the yoga philosophy. Kam, Krodha, Madha, Lobha, Moha, Matsarya. Kam is uncontrolled passion. Krodh is anger. Moh is attachment. Lobh is greed. Math is intoxication, and Matsarya is jealousy. So these 6 weaknesses of man, Kama, Krodha, Madha, Lobha, Moha, Matsarya. These 6 weaknesses of man, they confront us at various stages of life. And the idea is that we need to calm them down. We need to develop a way to deal with these weaknesses. Now, in each person's chart, so this is for everybody, that we all have a 6th house. And the natural 6th house is Virgo. If we take Aries as the natural 1st house, the natural 6th house is Virgo. The 2 Karakas for the 6th house is Saturn and Mars. So Mars can give accidents, anger. Saturn can give greed, misery, sorrow. Both these are malefic planets. They are the Karakas or significators for the 6th house. So when we are studying our own 6th house, we firstly have to see what is our ascendant, and therefore what sign is in the 6th house. The Lord of the 6th house is always difficult wherever he is placed. So he can damage or challenge the house where he's placed. So for example, if he's placed in the 7th house, then you can face some difficulty in relationships. So we want to first see what is the sign ruling our 6th house, where the 6th house Lord is placed, what is the strength, weakness of the 6th house. And then also we want to see what is the sixth house opposing? So he's opposing your ascendant. That means, what is the strength of your ascendant? What are you doing to make yourself strong? Sometimes, we have a average kind of ascendant ruler, but we are working on ourselves and making ourselves stronger. So the opposition depends on the protagonist, So when the sixth house is throwing up an opposition, how are you able to manage it? What are the aspects on the sixth lord? Jupiter's aspect generally will calm it down. But what if Jupiter is himself the sixth lord? Then he is going to bring some challenges for you. The point that I'm trying to make is that all of us have the sixth house. So we should learn how to deal with it. Then if we look at the sixth from the moon, then this is how our mind is reacting. What is our emotional reaction? What are the obstacles that are coming to the mind? If we look at from the sun is our soul, our ego. So the sixth house can be blocking the sun in some ways. So we need to look at the lord of the house, the position of the sixth lord, and then how you are dealing with it. So that is from the lagna or the moon. What are you doing to support yourself so that you can face all these obstacles? These obstacles are not meant to be just there to overpower you. But then the next important step is to see what are the planets in the sixth house. So general rule of Jyotish is that malefic planets do well in the sixth house. So we have malefic Sun, Mars, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. They will all do well in the sixth house. However, they can make you very competitive, overly confident, to be all the time trying to fight the wars and be competitive. Sixth house also deals with competition. It is also an artha bhava. Artha means it's a practical way you're doing service to others. So a lot of sixth house is also to do service to other people, where you're not the boss, where you're working for other people. So, what are the planets? So the malefic planets tend to do well because they can face opposition and they can deal with situations. Whereas the benefic, so in the benefic, moon, whether he's waxing or waning, gets most affected by being in the sixth house, because you feel emotionally blocked and you feel as if emotionally always there is some obstacle to deal with. Also, moon represents mother. So there can be issues with mother, with your own emotional, mental health situation, and just the feel-good factor is not there. Then you do have to look at where the moon lord is placed, how the moon chart is. But of course, the moon lord is the sixth lord, so that is difficulty. And then Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, even Mercury, exalted Mercury in the sixth house is not regarded the best, because he's in the house of the enemy, illness, health problems, and then he's aggravating the situation. And one of the things you find when benefics are in the sixth house is that you love your enemy. So you're attached to the negative thought process, or if you think just practically of how people are, that you'll not totally understand that who's your friend, who's your enemy. Then you can get very disappointed that if your enemies let you down, or friends let you down, or you don't understand your competition. So these are the things that you are being cautious of. And sixth house is always like things that we have to work on and develop. So if you have a lot of planets in the sixth house, then that is a major aspect. You can be super competitive. You can be very successful, because sixth house is also an upachaya house. So upachaya Jaya means things improve with time, life becomes better, but it's still a combative house. You have to think about that. And generally in your chart, if you have a strong Saturn and a strong Mars, you are quite comfortable with the sixth house issues. It is if Saturn is not strong or Mars is not strong, then it can create a problem for you. If the sixth lord is in the sixth house, this is called a Harsha yoga. Harsha is a yoga of happiness. And it means you are very powerful and strong. So it creates this positive quality for you to be a bit, to face your enemies, ability to overcome competition, and gives you a strong, healthy life. So there are other yogas also connected to the sixth house. If the sixth lord is placed in the 8th or 12th house, then that is called a Viparita Raja yoga. That means it's an opposite yoga. Negative rulership placed in another challenging house becomes extraordinarily powerful. When the going gets tough, you get tougher, you can learn to deal with it. However, you have to not be over confident with the planets placed there, because you have to learn how to deal with them. The main quality of Jyotish is that it shows us what the situation is, and then we have to deal with them. And of course, what you have is what you have. So therefore, learning how to cope with it, working with it is very important. The best remedy that you can do for the sixth house is called karma yoga. Karma means action. Yoga means a combination, And karma yoga is when you do selfless service to other people, to life. You give some seva, look after people, look after others, and not for any reward. Obviously you always think, what is in it there for me? But that is not what karma yoga is about. Karma yoga is paying our past karmic debts. Why those charts happened in that house, we don't know. There's some karma there that we have to deal with. So rather than being opposing of it, you can think about, maybe I can do some service to people. I can go to that food kitchen and help out. I can help out the elderly. I can help out the poor. This is not about giving money to help out people, but to give your time, effort. And this is the best remedy you can do for the sixth house. The thing with these Dushtana houses is that we want to purify them. And we have this great opportunity in this lifetime to purify them, as long as we have the attitude to do something about it. And they will cause difficulties, because when you come into the dasha of the Dushtana house, so the lord of Dushtana houses, planets placed in the Dushtana house, then these things become even more stronger to give their challenging results. But as a Jyotishi, we know that this is the time that is not the best time. So you look at the dasha, you look at the sub period as well. So the Antara Bhukti, that these are the timings when these are most active. And, what are you doing about it? How are you dealing with it? What are you coping with them? So that is most important. And that is the time also during the dashas when you can make the best effort and do the most karma yoga. That is like a remedy for you, that you're doing the yoga, you're sorting out the issues. You can also, do puja and spiritual things, but karma yoga is the best aspect for the sixth house. And then what about the transits? When transits come to the sixth house, generally all malefics are good in the sixth house: Mars, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. But when Jupiter goes in the sixth house of your chart, then he's not aspecting the lagna. I always find that as a difficult transit. The others are not long enough. Mercury will go for a short time, Venus. So you can watch those. I give those information in my other videos as well. But Jupiter going into the 6th house means he's not going to aspect your lagna. So for that 1 year, while Jupiter's in the 6th house, you can lack some good judgment. You can lack this felicity that things are not so good. But it's only a year, things will improve. Others, the malefics, as I said, Saturn in the 6th is very good. Mars, Rahu, Ketu, all there transiting the 6th house. So that is it for the 6th house. It is there for you. So you need to learn how to deal with it, to work with it. And I will continue with the 8th and 12th house soon. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. Thank you very much.